What if the biggest mistake you're making isn't loving the wrong person, but letting the wrong person control your peace? Psychology reveals something shocking. Two people can live in the exact same toxic relationship, yet one slowly falls apart while the other protects their mental health. The difference isn't luck. It's a set of psychological strategies that most people never learn. And the final trick isn't about changing your partner at all. It's about changing the one thing they can never truly control. Many people believe peace begins when a toxic partner finally changes. But what if that day never comes? What if you've spent months or even years waiting for someone else to become the person you hoped they'd be? The hard truth is that waiting can quietly become its own prison. Real peace doesn't begin when another person changes. It begins the moment your mind starts responding differently. That leads to the first psychological trick, and it completely changes the game. The first trick is to stop trying to win every argument. Toxic partners often thrive on emotional reactions. The more you defend yourself, explain yourself, or prove your point, the longer the conflict continues. Psychology calls this emotional reinforcement. Every heated response feeds the cycle. Calm people understand that not every accusation deserves an answer. Sometimes protecting your peace is more powerful than proving you're right. But if you stop arguing, does that mean they win? Not at all. The second trick is learning the difference between empathy and emotional absorption. It's healthy to understand someone's pain. It's unhealthy to carry it as if it were your own. Many toxic people project their anger, insecurity, or frustration onto those closest to them. If you absorb every mood they have, your emotional state becomes completely dependent on theirs. The healthiest people stay compassionate without becoming emotionally consumed. But how do you avoid getting pulled back into the same exhausting pattern? The third trick is creating predictable boundaries instead of emotional reactions. Most people only set boundaries after reaching their breaking point. By then, emotions are already out of control. Strong boundaries aren't loud. They're consistent. If disrespect happens, you calmly remove yourself from the conversation. If insults begin, you refuse to participate. Over time, your actions become more powerful than your words. But even with boundaries, one hidden habit can still steal your peace every single day. The fourth trick is refusing to personalize toxic behavior. This may be the hardest lesson of all. Psychology shows that many toxic behaviors are driven by fear, insecurity, poor emotional regulation, or unresolved personal issues. That doesn't excuse hurtful actions, but it changes how you interpret them. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" you begin asking, "What is driving this behavior?" That simple shift protects your self-worth. But your mind still has one dangerous habit left to overcome. The fifth trick is breaking the cycle of mental replay. After an argument, many people spend hours replaying every word, imagining better responses, or predicting the next conflict. Your body continues producing stress long after the conversation has ended. Toxic relationships often become mentally exhausting because the conflict never truly ends inside your head. Peace begins when you stop giving yesterday's argument permission to ruin today's happiness. And that's where another powerful shift begins. The sixth trick is protecting your identity outside the relationship. One of the biggest psychological dangers in toxic relationships is slowly forgetting who you were before the constant stress. Your hobbies disappear. Your friendships fade. Your goals become less important than managing someone else's emotions. Healthy people intentionally protect the parts of life that remind them who they are. The stronger your identity becomes, the less power toxicity has over your emotional world. But one final trick brings everything together. The seventh trick is accepting what you cannot control. This isn't giving up. It's reclaiming your energy. You cannot force honesty, kindness, emotional maturity, or respect from another person. You can only choose your own actions, your own boundaries, and your own mindset. The moment you stop trying to control someone else's behavior, you free yourself from a battle that was never yours to win. Ironically, that's often the moment you begin thinking more clearly about what your future should look like. Here's the truth many people discover too late. Living peacefully with a toxic partner doesn't mean accepting mistreatment or pretending everything is fine. It means protecting your mind while making clear, healthy decisions about your life. Sometimes those decisions strengthen a relationship through healthier boundaries. Other times, they help you recognize when peace requires creating distance. Either way, your peace should never depend entirely on another person's choices. Before you leave, remember this: the strongest person in a toxic relationship isn't the one who suffers the longest. It's the one who refuses to lose themselves while facing the storm. Ask yourself this: have you been protecting the relationship more than you've been protecting your own peace? Share your thoughts in the comments below.